What's up guys, Julian Goldie here, and in today's video we're going to talk about local SEO citations. So how to use them to rank your website #1, and also how to find the best local SEO citations for your website. Now before we jump in, please make sure you subscribe if you want more videos that will teach you how to get more local leads, traffic and sales to your website. So first of all, what are local SEO citations? Well, these are basically listings of your company's name, address and phone number. So if you jump onto social media, if you go on Facebook, for example, you'll see often a website's details are listed in terms of the business address, phone number, that sort of thing. And also you'll find them on other directories like Yelp, Google, etc. These listings are also known as NAP, and it's pretty much as simple as that. There's nothing glamorous or high tech about local SEO citations. They're basically very simple. Now, the thing is, do they work for local SEO? Will they help your rankings? Well, there's kind of some debate about this, okay? So some SEOs believe it doesn't really help your rankings. Some SEOs believe it does. What I would say is that it's not the most important ranking factor for your website. So if you're trying to rank #1 on Google, citations can help. They can be important, but at the same time, they're not as important as backlinks, for example. You still need to do your keyword research. You still need to create good, high quality content on your site. And these factors are probably more important than citations. But at the same time, citations can help your rankings. And how do they help? Well, this comes down to creating trust and credibility in the eyes of not just your customer, but also Google too. So if Google's algorithm sees that your website is listed across dozens of relevant local citations, then this looks natural to Google. Google's algorithm is going to crawl that information and it will see that your website is listed everywhere on the internet, and therefore there's a lot of social proof pointing back to your site. The other thing is as well that a lot of these directories get a decent amount of traffic, okay? Quite often for local search terms, you'll see directories ranking #1 on Google. You'll see them ranking in the top 10, which means they get a lot of traffic. It means that a lot of your potential customers, if you're a local business, are going to be searching directories, are going to be landing on directories. And therefore, if you're listed on them, then that's going to help you get more traffic and sales to your site. So it helps with SEO, but it also helps with visibility and marketing too. And at the same time, if you don't get listed on these citations, then quite often your competitors will, and they may be gaining valuable market share that you're not capable of getting because you're not listed on citations. So it's worth doing. The other thing with SEO, when it comes to search engine optimization, is that you have to kind of emulate the natural path of a normal business, because that's what you want Google's algorithm to crawl. And therefore, if you're listed on citations across the web, if your information is consistent, if you've got social proof everywhere across all sort of directories and social media in these NAP listings, then that's going to go a long way in creating credibility, trust and authority in the eyes of Google and your customer. So how do you find local citations for your website? Well, the first thing I would say is that you don't need to be listed on every single citation. There's literally thousands of business directories out there, but you don't need to be on all of them, because honestly, most of them don't get any traffic. And there's no point in wasting your valuable time or your valuable resources trying to put yourself on every single citation and not really getting any results from it. So what should you do? Well, I would focus on the 20% of business directories that actually get 80% of the traffic. And what I mean by this, well, you can focus on websites like Yelp, like Yellow Pages, like Google Maps. All of these sort of sites get a lot of traffic, and it's well worth investing some time in getting listed on these sites. Also, the other thing you can do is use an aggregator. And you can publish your information on an aggregator like this one and this one. And when you do this, your information that you've inputted will be sent to literally hundreds of other directories, and you can kind of automate the process. Now, there's another paid aggregate tool as well for citations called Factual. It's well worth putting your website on there. It's just a small investment, but it will go a long way in saving you a bit of time and getting your website listed across dozens of sites. And when you do this as well, you don't need to manually input your information on every single citation. You can just use these aggregator tools to do that for you. It will save you time, save you resources. It's well worth doing. Now, what other citations should you be using? Well, I would reverse engineer your competitors too. So I would plug in your competitor's website onto a website like Ahrefs, check their backlink profile, and check who's linking to them from other directories, who's mentioned their website on these citations, and basically reverse engineer what citations are your competitors using, and therefore try to get the same ones. if you can reverse engineer what's working for them, then chances are it's going to work for you as well, especially if you're in the same niche. What you could also do is search Google. So you could type in your keyword, let's say you're a plumber in London, and try and find citations that are ranking in the top 100 listings on Google. You don't really want to go any further than the top 100 because outside of the top 100 results on Google, they're not really getting the traffic. Most people aren't going to click on them. It's not worth your time. So just focus on the top ranking results and go through those citations, sign up to them. That's well worth doing. And once you've done all of this, once you've listed yourself on aggregator tools, once you've done Yelp and the top business directories, and also once you reverse engineer your competitors and posted yourself on those citations too, and then also searched Google for your keyword and then relevant business directories are actually ranking in the top 100, chances are you're actually going to have more citations than your competitors. You've already gone the distance and done most of what you need to do. So I would say pretty much stop there. Once you've done all of that, stop there, that's enough. So how can you make the most of local SEO citations? Well, first of all, focus on consistency, okay? If you have different phone numbers or different names for your business listed across the internet, that doesn't look very good in the eyes of the customer, but also in the eyes of Google's algorithm. So make sure every time you get a citation that the information you're publishing is consistent, right? So you always use the same phone number, always use the same address, and always use the same business name. And you'd be surprised how many companies don't, because the thing is, if customers see one listing here that's got your business name and then a completely different business name or a slight variation somewhere else, it doesn't look very credible, it doesn't look very trustworthy, and it kind of looks like you're not maintaining your business directories effectively. So if you want to maintain credibility, always use consistency. And also, as I said before, try to focus on some citations that are actually getting traffic and actually getting visibility, okay? Because there's thousands of citations out there, but you don't need to do all of them. And just focus on the 80-20 rule. So 20% of the citations will get you 80% of the results. And that way you can invest your time efficiently. And finally, when it comes to local SEO, citations can help. They can create credibility, trustworthiness, and authority in the eyes of your customer and also Google's algorithm. But at the same time, you can't ignore other ranking factors that are potentially more important. So backlinks are more important. Getting content on your website is important too. And doing your keyword research, I'd also say, is more important than citations. So sure, business directories and citations will help your site, but you can't ignore the other ranking factors too. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video helped you. If you want more local SEO tips, then feel free to download my book. That's available at goldielocalseo.com. It's completely free and it'll give you loads of helpful strategies that will rank your website higher and get you more leads, traffic, and sales to your local business. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. I'll be happy to help. Thanks.